Hey guys, Epoxy here, and today we're back with another Airsoft review. So here I have the Tokyo Marui Samurai Edge M92F Kendo Stars Custom, and this particular version is of course the Chris Redfield model. This gun is based off the Resident Evil 2 series, so it is a limited edition Biohazard product, and this being the 15th anniversary from 1996 to 2011. So looking at the box, it comes in a reasonably sturdy cardboard box. Nothing spectacular, but the base is made out of foam and reinforced in cardboard. It's not a very big gun, but the Resident Evil boxes are reasonably larger than normal guns, and you can easily tell that Tokyo Marui put a lot of effort into making them. So, on the front you can see a picture of Chris Redfield himself with the gun, along with a picture of the gun itself. Up here you can see a picture of the pin it actually comes with, which I'll get to later. So, on the sides you can see just the same thing basically repeated, and on the side here. On the back you can just see your standard safety label along with the ASGK logo and a unique serial number. On the left side here you can actually see, not that well, the Capcom licensing logo or sticker. So this gun is licensed for both the manufacturer of the M92F and the actual Capcom gun itself. So you can expect to find all the original markings on this gun as it would appear in the game itself. Not that an actual gun like this, or not a real one, exists. So if you're not a collector or you don't really care about the box, then that probably doesn't really mean a lot, so let's just go ahead and open the gun. Open the box. Oops. So a quick word on what you get in the box. You of course get just some standard manuals. So if you've owned a Tokyo Marui product before, you obviously know what I'm talking about. You get a sheet on the gun itself, along with a manual for the gun, shooting targets, warranty card, safety card, and a brochure. So pretty much the standard stuff. And of course in here you have a cleaning and unjamming rod. So that's pretty cool. That aside. So in here you obviously get the gun itself with a red barrel plug on the end. There's no orange paint or anything like that. Located behind this card here is the magazine, and of course here you get the pin. So most, not all, Resident Evil products often come with a very unique pin. So that's what I was talking about earlier. So I'll go ahead and actually take that out. So as you can see here, there's a very unique stars pin. So you can probably put this on like a jacket or a coat or something. And yeah, that's pretty much what this is. Behind here you've obviously got, I think, 100 or 200, I'm never sure on the number, Tokyo Marui BBs, and those are 0.2 gram. Now here you also get these little plastic pieces. Now what these are for, you put them in the magazine and it holds the little pin down in the magazine so that every time you fire the gun the slide doesn't blow back. So it is essentially so you can dry fire the gun. The thing I don't really get about that is that this model is notorious for the slide not actually blowing back and holding after the last shot has been fired. So that is actually a bit of a shame because, you know, this is a very nice gun, but yeah, it is a bit ironic that they give you that because, you know, there's not really much point because the gun doesn't blow back anyway, but nonetheless, they give that to you anyway. Alright, so let's have a look at the gun itself. If you're like me and this is the first actual M92F you've owned, you'll actually see that it's surprisingly small in your hand, and it's actually, you know, pretty light as well. So on that note, this gun isn't actually full metal at all. It's actually just made out of ABS plastic, and this is of course because of the laws in Japan. However, as usual, there are certain metal parts on the gun. So this includes the hammer, which I will say is the dual stage or dual cocking hammer. I'm not sure on the actual name of it, but pretty much you can cock it to a half position like that and fully back like that. The trigger is of course metal, along with the safety, which is ambidextrous. Oops. I will add that with the safety though, it's not like other guns where it locks the trigger. It basically just disengages it altogether. So as you can see here, you can't actually pull it back, but here you can. So that's pretty cool. The slide release or slide catch is of course metal, along with the safe takedown or disassembly lever. So, I forgot to add, the iron sights are actually metal, as you can see there. So those are the only metal parts on the gun. In terms of the grips, you can see that there are, you know, a wood finishing here. It's not real wood, it is just plastic, but they've done a great job with it nonetheless. You can see there's a contrast between the wood and textured rubber grips, and you've got the STARS logo in the middle, and that's on both sides as well. So that's quite cool. It does come with hop-up, however I'm not sure if it is adjustable. But it has hop-up nonetheless, so I suppose you can't really complain. So yeah, that's essentially the gun. So let's go ahead, bring that down, and go on to the magazine. So the magazine is just behind here. Now it is a full metal magazine, and it's actually quite small. I mean, I've only ever owned sort of, you know, reasonably largish guns like the Desert Eagle and that, as you can imagine. So this is actually, you know, quite small, and I was actually quite surprised the first time I saw it. But yeah, as I said before, it is a full metal magazine with the exception of the plastic lip. It does of course run off HFC 134A. You certainly wouldn't want to put green gas in this. Of course, you know, all the moving parts on the gun are plastic, so you'll either damage them, crack the slide, or wear out the internals. So yeah, and I believe this holds 26 plus 1 chambered round. So yeah, let's go ahead and put the magazine in the gun. So with the magazine in, the gun weighs 755 grams. Now that isn't particularly large, it's not very heavy, But you do have to realize, I mean, this isn't a very big gun, and of course it's not full metal. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Some quick specs on the gun. It does, as I said before, weigh 755 grams, and it holds 26 plus 1 chambered rounds. This particular version, because it can only take HFC 134A, it can't shoot at a particularly high velocity, so it only shoots, I think, around 240 FPS, if that. And also it doesn't fire particularly far. I think it only shoots around 20 meters or so, 20 or 30 meters. But of course that depends on the conditions as well outside. But yeah, it's not really too much else I can say on this gun. If you have owned other Stars, the M92F, you can see that the slide actually has a slightly almost bluish finish to it. I'm not sure how well that shows in the video, but it is definitely different from the other M92F that's out there. But yeah, that's essentially the gun. So I suppose it's that time in the video where we come to talk about the price. Now, I haven't seen a lot of these guns on YouTube. I think there's only just a few others videos of people who own this gun, and they seem to have paid between $350 and $450 US. Now that is a lot for a very small gun, which, you know, isn't full metal, but you have to realize that these are collector's pieces. They are based off, you know, a series, and you know, they are rare and becoming, you know, increasingly difficult to find. So, you know, with the pin and the, you know, everything with this package, if you were to look for it, I mean, it would be difficult to find, but if you did find it, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if I saw this for $350 US. I mean, you know, people can ask pretty much any price they like for this these days, so that's pretty much what you're going to see it for. Now, in terms of what I paid for it, I mean, I'm not trying to boast or like gloat about the price I paid for it, but I actually got this for 200 New Zealand dollars. Now, I bought it on a website called Trade Me, so that's essentially the New Zealand equivalent of eBay, and yeah, I got it for 200 New Zealand dollars, so I think that's about, you know, 170 or 175 US dollars or something like that. So that is an absolute steal. I basically just saw it on there, and you know, I thought, well, it's a Resident Evil product, you know, I've got to have it. So yeah, that's pretty much what I got it for, and you know, as you can see, you know, it comes with all the original items, like it comes, you know, with the BBs and everything, and the, you know, even the hop-up tag is still intact. And not only that, the seller actually threw in a brand new M92F magazine as well. So I pretty much got the gun and this for 200 New Zealand dollars or 170 US dollars. So that is, you know, amazing. I mean, you're probably not going to find it for that price, but you know, in terms of what I paid for it, I mean, that's amazing. As you saw before, I mean, there's no actual damage or such on the box. I mean, you can see, you know, there's a little bit of wear, you know, here and there. But otherwise, yeah, if you are looking for this gun, I mean, I'm sure you'll find it. This particular version isn't impossible to find, but as always with a Resident Evil gun, I wouldn't, you know, expect to pay a cheap price for it. But yeah, there we are. So I hope you've enjoyed my review for today. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And as always, thank you very much for watching.